Welcome back to RS Wave. This is a new RS Wave price action update with a bit of a historical um, background knowledge. According to RS Wave, I'm just going to bring to you now as I come back into this analysis after taking a number of months off solely because the markets are not looking too good. And, for me to continue to post those doom and gloom counts without being 100% sure of the count because it's still unfolding, I thought it was a good time to just wait a bit before I continue that analysis. So now it's become a bit clearer to me as to what the larger pattern is, as it always does. It becomes clearer the more you see the more waves unfold. So at this point, all I can say to you is that the count since the beginning of Bitcoin's price action was 5 waves up until 2017 with the wave count on display right there. And it's almost like wave 5 should have gone a bit further. If you look at this channel, end of wave 2, end of wave 4, yeah, wave 5 never really came back to hit that channel or even go back into it. It was a good move, but it was a weak move. And you can see the price action here quite clearly. There's there's basically that weakness in the RSI to signal divergence. And I'll show you this divergence that I've got in blue here in a moment. But you can see quite clearly that the wave 3 to the 5, yeah, it makes a lot of sense that that was wave 5. And also this part right here being a wave 3, right? You can see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I think that one there, it's hard to kind of make it like it's something else, but it's just, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This whole wave is 3. Then you had 4. Then you had 5. So that just means that after that we had 2 waves unfold, A and B. Okay, the original analysis did come back, and in my opinion, it was right from the beginning. It probably just seemed like it wasn't right because of the strength of the B wave, but being a purely corrective wave, if you go down to, I think it's the daily chart, right? And you basically just look at the A and the B. Well, the wave 5 price action, right? From the peak of wave 5 to the peak of wave B, you can clearly see that divergence right there. Okay, there's divergence in that it's not a wave 5 divergence because we already had that previous to the wave 3, but this is actually wave 5 versus wave B divergence. Okay, so if you know what the divergence, what waves they correspond to, it just keeps making more and more sense. This thing keeps losing steam. You know, it had one more push higher, which was a fairly decent push, especially how, from peak to trough, the percentage losses and gains are spectacular in Bitcoin. They're amazing, and to say the least. So, in saying that, what is going on at the small degree now? So, this is where it gets interesting. Using RS wave as the primary method of, analysis, technical analysis, I will take you to what I believe is going on at the smaller degree. Let's go to a 4-hour chart. Okay, so from the top of wave B, which by the way I did call this top, I keep saying this, but it's true, I did. Now, I believe that this is unfolding into a 1-2, right? 1-2 pattern. Okay, 1-2, 1-2, and then 3. So basically we're in wave 3 now. Okay, I believe that wave three started in May this year, right? And everything that we've seen since is basically just the start of wave three. Okay. Now, I did try to, potentially, do some devil's advocate work and, try to make it like this is 5 waves down, almost completed, right? But the problem is that, yeah, wave three does have, uh, you know, weakness in the RSI, but we've seen that surpassed already, and that's basically wave two price action weakness has already gone lower than what would be a wave three, which looks also a bit short to be a wave three. In saying that, it's also would be too short in general as a pattern for wave C to have only a little bit further to go when wave Cs are typically one of the most destructive waves in a correction. I just don't see that being a possibility. Even though I did go there, I did try to see if potentially this could be the end of a wave C, maybe, and we could have more further upside. I think that's definitely wishful thinking, and probably what a lot of people are doing right now. In the case of maybe if they're looking at this through the eyes of Elliott wave or something like that, where it's like ABC, we're done. Well, if you know what Arias wave is, ABC is not the end of a correction, right? And certainly if you get the 5 wave count wrong for a C wave, that's even worse. It just even means that you don't know really what you're looking at. And it's very easy to just say, oh, that's an ABC pattern. It's a running flat. You could say all this stuff, but it just means nothing really. Okay. It's all just, it's like the old saying, put all these Elliotticians in a room, like a dozen Elliotticians would give you a dozen different interpretations of what the waves are doing. Okay, and I don't believe in that. I believe Arias wave fixes that problem where you would get a better number than that, right? Probably more people would agree. But that's not to say that it's easy. Nothing's easy. Okay. And obviously, this is not financial advice. So please just take it with a grain of salt. Look at my past videos in history and make up your own mind whether this ranks up there with good advice. Uh, but it's not financial advice. It's just my advice on how to label the chart. That's what it is. Phew, fix that one. Um, so yeah, if this is a 1-2-1-2 pattern, well, what I see now is the B wave is still just probably got a little bit lower to go, right? The B wave is expanding. How can I mark this out, make it more interesting? Right, so for example, in the first wave two, right, you had the B wave that kind of expanded to the downside like this, right? And then you had a small CDE pattern. And then you have now the second wave two, right, which is wave two or wave three, right? You've got another expanding B wave, right? So you'll probably end up getting another CDE pattern, right? And then you'll start to get the main wave three thrust to the downside, which is the destructive portion of the move, right? So this stepping down right now, lower lows and lower highs, it's obviously a sign. Okay, it's obviously a sign. Nothing changes there, but there's still the hopes that people have hopes that this is going to bounce, etc., whatever. But when you think about all that's happened in the crypto industry over the last year, I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's a bear market, it's a winter market, and that is not over. Just because previous cycles have repeated for a little while, what's that old saying? Past price action is not indicative of future performance or future returns. I mean, that's a classic one. And if you think that that shit's going to repeat again, well, I think you've got another thing coming, and that thing is a wave three down. So just be careful with that. Make up your own mind, do your own research. Yeah, so if you want to learn this stuff, you're gonna have to figure it out yourself how to find the information because I'm not allowed to say anything about it here. So all I know is that I'm back and I'm going to be producing awesome analysis and content coming soon. So hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.